Hello, everybody. Welcome back to This Day in History. It is September 4th, 2024, and as you know, it's not about the year, but about the magic of the day. And we have some interesting stuff going on today. It's there, centering that. Sorry. Um, I mean, it was almost 2 pages worth. So, let's just get into it, shall we? So today is September 4th. The very first birthday we have is 1768. Francois Auguste René, Vicomte de Chateaubriand, was a French author and diplomat. He was the first of the Romantic authors in France of that era. In 1825, Dadabai Neorogy, I'm butchering that, I'm so sorry. Dadbhai, first name, last name, Naoroji, was an Indian nationalist leader. He was very hypercritical of the British government. Like he was very adamant about lessening the British rule over India. 1896, Antonin Artaud was a French author and actor. A lot of French folks, a couple French folks featured today. 1908, we see the birth of Richard Wright. Richard Wright was an African-American writer who, obviously, a lot of his work was based on the overt discrimination in America towards blacks. He, wrote about something that he knew a little bit about and was, made famous. 1917, we see the birth of Henry Ford II, or Henry Ford Jr. He's an American industrialist. Obviously, he is of the Ford, like Ford Motor Company. He was the heir to that franchise. His father built that company, and he was the president of I think he became VP. So his dad died in 1943, and he was actually serving, I believe, in the Navy at the time during World War II, and he was actually recalled. He was sent home, family hardship, whatever. I think Ford Motor Company probably wheeled and dealed with the government and said, "We need our boy back." It's getting kind of hot in here. I'm gonna roll down the window here. So what ended up happening was that he was sent home, and then he took on the role of vice president of Ford Motor Company upon his return, and then later became president of Ford until he passed away, and I believe he passed away in 1971, I want to say. I think. I forget. Sorry. The last birthday is 1981. We see the birth of Beyonce. And if you don't know who Beyonce is, well, you're living under a rock. But African-American singer. She got her start. Actually, she really got her start in the church. Her church. She sang choir. She was a choir singer in her church, and that's what really kind of helped to develop her singing voice. And she was in a group called Destiny's Child until she went independent herself, and now she is like this big time star, married to Jay-Z. They're kind of the power couple in the music industry. They're married, children, that sort of thing. I used to have a lot of respect for her, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. She kind of jumped on board with that, and she would openly criticize, police and call for the advocation of defund the police, and yet she would have a very large police entourage escort, like a police escort to that one year that she did the Super Bowl. There was a lot of cars. It was a big train, you would think that she was president or something. I mean, like, it was, so she'll bash the cops, but yet she doesn't shy away from having them provide a motorcade escort for her to the Super Bowl. And it's that kind of hypocrisy is where I kind of lost a bit of respect for her. So let's get into it. This day in history, the year is 925. King Athelstan of West Saxons, he becomes the first king to rule all of England. 1864, John Hunt Morgan, he was a Confederate guerrilla leader. His group was known as Morgan's Raiders. He was killed by federal troops on this day in 1864. Of course, that's the Civil War. 1870, Napoleon III. He ruled France as president from 1850 to 1852, and then he became emperor from 1852 to 1870. It is on this day in 1870 that he was deposed, and then the Third Republic was proclaimed. In 1957, we go back to Ford. The Ford Motor Company introduced the Edsel automobile. It was their most notable failure. In the automotive world, if something is a automotive failure, they refer to it as an Edsel. Edsel was named after Henry Ford's son, Edsel, which I believe, I don't know if that was Ford II or if Edsel would have been Ford II's brother. I tried to look that up, and they really didn't make that clear. I'm wanting to say that Edsel was a brother of Henry Ford II, I should say, or Henry Ford Jr. 1972, American swimmer Mark Spitz wins his 7th gold medal during the Munich Olympic Games. It's the first time he's the first person to ever win so many medals in a single Olympic Games event. Also in 1972, so we have a twofer. There was a revival of this game show called The Price is Right. I didn't realize it was this old, but Price is Right begins airing with Bob Barker as its host. And, he went, 40 years on that until he retired. Amazing. 1989, NASA and the United States Air Force, they launched the Titan III rocket. 1998, Google formally established as its founders, Sergey Brin and Larry Page, they file for incorporation papers. So it's on this day, 1998, that Google is officially formed as a corporate entity. 2002, American singer Kelly Clarkson, she became the first American Idol winner. That was, so I thought, so Britannica.com is making it sound like she was the very first Idol winner. And I thought, when I saw that, I thought that was Idol season 2, not season 1, but I could be mistaken. But at any rate, I know that she was one of their very first American Idol winners. And, she had a pretty decent career in singing, and now she does, she's a TV personality now. 2008, Australian wildlife conservationist and TV personality Steve Irwin is killed by a venomous bull stingray. I can't believe it's been that long now. But yeah, the wildlife conservationist community lost a great one with Steve Irwin. He was a little wacky sometimes, but you could tell that, he had a love and passion for natural creatures, and he was always getting in there, and, he always had snakebite kits ready. I mean, they always showed a lot of near misses, but behind the scenes, there was a lot more hits than there were near misses, and he was being treated a lot for venomous bites and stuff. And but it's unfortunate that this time around he happened to, and died doing what he loved. Unfortunately, he was taken way too soon, and he played a little too close to a stingray, and the stingray got him, and he ended up dying, unfortunately. But, his kids are grown up. His wife is actually from, she was from here in Oregon, from Eugene, actually. The kids grew up, and they followed Dad's footsteps. They're doing the same thing. I see YouTube shorts and TikTok shorts of Steve's son all the time, and he's picked up that mantle and he's just running with it. So 2014 was another sad day. Joan Rivers. If you're not familiar with Joan Rivers, she was kind of a stand-up comic. She had this comic shtick where, her shtick would begin with, "Can we talk?" I can't do her voice, but that's kind of what she was like. "Can we talk?" She had a very distinct voice. She played the voice of Dot Matrix in the Spaceballs movie. She had her own talk show. She was actually very good friends with Judge Judy Scheinlin of what court show was it? Judge Judy. Judy and Joan Rivers were actually like really good friends, like almost best friends. There was an interview that Melissa Rivers, Joan's daughter, did with Judge Judy, and Judy was made a comment in this interview about how she remembered her daughter and Melissa playing together as kids. So I mean, they were very good friends, almost best friends. But Joan Rivers passed away on this day in 2014 in New York City. 2016, Mother Teresa is canonized by Pope Francis I. She was the founder of the Order of the Missionaries of Charity. She was also a winner of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. It is on this day in 2016 that the Catholic Church, by way of the Pope, canonized her as an official saint. She earned her sainthood in their eyes. And the featured event today, the year is 1781. The city of Los Angeles is founded. Spanish settlers lay claim to what is now Los Angeles. It's the second most populated city in the United States. It's home to Hollywood, which of course is synonymous with the motion picture industry. So that is this day in history. And I'm going to eat my JoJo's and I'm going to go to work. Have a blessed day. Take care. And we'll do it again tomorrow for September 5th. All right? All right. Take care. Bye.